Oh,
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody in, and I want to thank Sunrise Podcast Network for having me today.
thank
And
you.
our special guest star today is Jesse Lonis here.
How we
Thanks for
doing,
coming to
sir?
the show.
Thank you for having me.
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah,
I deal to you all the time over the PokerGo studio.
yeah,
I know you got a big story about how you got started into poker,
yeah,
and I got fans out there who would like to know. So why don't you get us started and let us know what's happened here?
yeah. So my early days in poker were, I was the first beginning that I remember was being at my grandma's, and when I was like a little kid, they would always play card games growing up. My grandma and her friends, and then once the internet became a little more popular, she started selling items on eBay, and then I think that's how she found online poker. And I'm pretty sure it was full tilt poker at the time, and she would play like free games or like penny like blinds, 1 cent, 5 cent, and she would sell stuff on eBay like all day. And when she would use the bathroom, I would take over for her online, and that was my earliest memories of poker. Were those days, yeah, just playing random like online hands. But that's how I learned the rules, was doing that with my grandmother.
With that smile, that makes me think you love your grandma.
Oh, grandma was, yeah, she was amazing. She passed away when I was like 13, 12, 13, when I was young, but she was, amazing woman. Yeah, she was my rock for a while.
Well, from starting on that online stuff,
Yeah.
this is what Hendon Mob has said about you.
Yeah.
You currently, and it hasn't taken you long, not many years,
No.
but you've won over $14 million, and your best cash is 2,303,000.
Yeah.
Um, your global rank right now, this guy's rank in the world is number one, folks.
Yeah. It's been a
Now to do this like in what 4 years? You went from nothing in 4 years doing this. That's amazing. Now he just won back in November the high roller Monte Carlo series for 1.5 million. So you're climbing. I mean, go to number one. Are you? Wow.
Yeah, it's obviously it's been surreal, the whole just how quick it happened and everything. I've always had mentality that I'm gonna try to be the best, but to do it in 4 years, it's been, obviously a dream come true. So
So after you snuck on that internet, playing poker on the internet, how did you pull up to get money to start playing live? How did that come about?
so when I was a kid, I played football, basketball, baseball. I was more When I was young, I really thought I was gonna go professional in some type of sport, whatever one, and that was kind of where my mind was always at, was just competing in sports. And then after high school, I moved down to New York City and started working construction. I was trying to save up money to, just I was already just kind of hungry, kind of grew up poor and stuff. So I wanted, you know, just start making it already. I didn't want to do the whole 4 years in college. I was already kind of money hungry, and luckily there I got introduced to a few friends that were playing like a game on the weekends where we'd go to the bar. I'd a bunch of Irish guys, and then I would go over to their house after the bar, and they'd play for all night through the whole next day. And
Oh,
then
really?
I picked it right back up kind of quick, and I was making more money in like one night playing than I would make all week working. So it kind of made me want to change my path in life a little bit. I kind of wanted to maybe, take this serious, but I didn't know what type of path I was still going to do. I was kind of lost at that time still, deciding if I wanted to go back to college and play sports, or if I was going to work, or if I was going to just quit everything and gamble. So, it was had a lot of ways it could have went.
Yeah, but when I think of number one,
Yeah.
and I think about millions and millions of poker players playing this game,
Yeah.
and you do it in such a short time,
Yeah.
that that is just it's got to be like a notch on your belt. Where like, man, I came, I wanted this, I got it. Look at me now, I'm number one.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you feel pretty damn good about yourself?
I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel good. Obviously, anything we do in our life, we kind of try to be the best at what we're doing, and as long as you enjoy it, and I really enjoy poker, which makes it even better. And obviously been blessed with some attribute or something that other people don't have, where just, I'm just mentally very, very blessed to be able to perform at the highest level like this. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how I'm doing it, but I just kind of staying in stride and just hoping for the best.
All right, so you're in New York.
Yeah.
Now you're playing these other
Yeah, yeah.
games. How did you get out to Vegas to start playing?
Well, so then I ended up going back to college and stopped working, went back to college to play basketball, but I was playing poker at Turning Stone Casino in New York. It's a East Coast casino. Most people from the Northeast, they know Turning Stone Casino. And I started playing cash games there. I was going to college, and then I ended up kind of I was skipping classes and playing more poker. And then I kind of felt like I had a niche at it, but I was still a losing player. Anyone that when they start off, they're gonna lose. The beauty about poker is you're gonna learn many, many lessons before you ever get anything out of it. So it's one of those things that you're not rewarded overnight. You have to put in the work, the reps, just everything, just to be comfortable in a moment for anything. So yeah, just my bad, got a little lost, but yeah,
It's okay.
I was playing basketball, and once I started playing poker more, I kind of ended up dropping out of college slash got kicked out and just started playing poker full time. And back then it was just cash games, so it wasn't no tournaments, just straight cash. So it was stressful, and I would play for I would grind, and then I would end up busting my roll. I'd have to go back, find a new job to work. I would work the job for like 2 weeks, get that first 2 week check, go back to the casino, run back up a roll, not work for like 3 months, play poker every day. But then, it happened probably like at least 6, 7 times
Wow.
where I'd go and then end up losing my last dollar, have to go back, start a new job, grind from the beginning. And eventually I started getting better and better. And eventually I built up a nice roll. And that's when I decided to take the move out west.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of people wonder how it is to get a roll out. That's one of the questions
Yeah.
I get asked.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if you're
mean,
starting from nothing, you're going to get beat down. You're going to start small and you're never just going to run it straight up. You're going to lose it all. Usually have to find another source of income to start again. And then, eventually you can start compounding wins and stuff and then build up a bigger bankroll and start taking shots and higher stakes.
so when you finally got out to the West Coast here, I'm
Yeah.
assuming you mean Las Vegas, right?
Well, no, originally,
Really?
so I built up like 60,000 in New York playing cash games,
Okay.
and I didn't want to go straight to Vegas because I was worried that I would go to Vegas and blow it all quick because I just knew how my mind worked. I would have probably tried sitting in the biggest game that I could and running it up quick. So I decided to move to Oregon first. I had a friend out there at the time, and I just thought it would be better to get closer to Vegas and get near the tournament scenes, but not completely indulged in the Vegas life yet because I was young. I wanted to try to be smart about it. So I moved to Oregon first, and then I would fly to Vegas on the weekends, play tournaments and play cash, and I would fly back to Oregon, relax, and that's how it started.
You almost get me laughing when you said when I was young. You're still young, brother.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man, got my third kid coming this week, so ages
Wow,
you
really?
quick.
Wow.
Yeah,
Speaking of that,
yeah.
I was talking to another poker pro about that. Now that you have children,
Mhm.
uh, to mix poker with family life, how do you manage to do that? Because I know you love your family, of course. You got children.
Mhm.
How are you able to do that?
Yeah. You gotta, it's like anything. You gotta find a very good balance, and obviously, family comes first, and now my oldest daughter, is about to be 3.5 years old, so I'm already thinking about taking a little more time off poker and more time with the family. Still playing a lot, but just playing the tournaments that are, more the bigger ones now. Kind of not wasting my time with like the 1Ks. I'm just waiting for like the main like Triton events or the PokerGo, where the buy-in's at least 10,000, so I can go and try to make the money in a shorter period of time, and then spend the rest of the time with the family.
I just had Shannon Shore on,
Yeah.
and I asked him that question,
Yep.
and he says how he does it. He plays more in Vegas now. He doesn't go all the way around the
Yep.
world all the time because he's got young children. And I'm assuming that's probably what you do, right?
Yeah, that is. I the best thing is just to get to the point where you can have a nanny and bring your kids with you. If you're going to be
Oh,
gone for like a couple weeks at a time, you can just bring the whole family with you. And usually the places we go to are nice resorts and stuff anyway, so they have kid accommodations and stuff and family activities to do. So,
oh,
yeah, I think that's like kind of my goal now, is just to be set where I can always take them to all the stops with me. And then, it's obviously fine to keep them behind. Luckily now, I'm not a huge fan of like all the technology where it's getting to the point it is,
yeah.
but the FaceTime and everything is a beautiful thing that you can still see your kids and, feel that connection, but still be far, far away. And, it's kind of like it's not the full on experience, but you still get a little bit of love.
Jesse, from where you started in such a short period of time, not just being from no one knowing who the hell you are to being number one,
Yeah.
but you've experienced not only your uprising in poker, but all of a sudden you got a family now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a grown man now, actually,
Yep.
with all the responsibility to take care of the family and, your career in poker. I mean, you got to be very damn proud of yourself, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, you, you know, uh, I am, you gotta love yourself first. And that's the most important thing, is love yourself, or you're not going to be able to love others. So, we all have our flaws. No one's perfect, but as long as you can do the best you can for yourself and be the best man you can be, or woman, or whatever, that's all we can do. And I'm happy about where I'm at now and how I balance everything that life throws at you.
That's good. All right, here's my area, but let's talk a little bit about more about poker now.
Yeah.
Um, what's your favorite place to play poker at?
Um. So right now, I mean, my favorite is the PokerGo studio where you deal.
Yeah, I do.
Um, just it's like a kind of a family environment in there with all of us, even players, dealers, staff, everything. It's like it's right in my backyard, your backyard. It's very convenient. We get you go in there, no matter if you win or lose, you're gonna have great conversation with great people. You're gonna, and that life is the money comes goes, whatever. That's plus minus. Just enjoying life and enjoying good people. That's like the most important thing. So that's great. Um, these Triton, they're kind of like very similar to Poker Go, where they make you feel like family too, and they're always in beautiful places. Monte Carlo, Korea, South Korea. This Jeju is the next one, and um, Montenegro, and all beautiful places.
Yeah.
So, and again, they treat you very VIP special. So I love the Triton experiences. And then I still love WSOP, the World Series of Poker. There's nothing like it. You get all walks of life from across the whole world, whether they're playing $200 buy-ins or $1 million buy-ins. Everybody's in the same melting pot. And it's just a beautiful thing, seeing all those people come together and just huge fields. And it's right in our backyard again, so you can't beat it. You get to go home with the family every night, and just, it's a great thing.
Do you like it when I push your snacks?
Oh man, when I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I see my kids, and I think about the snacks that I'm gonna get today. So believe me, I love the snacks for sure.
I enjoy dealing to all you guys in the poker. Needless to say, I have a blast.
Yeah, you're the
Um,
favorite dealer for sure out of all of them.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if I'm the
that's the
favorite.
truth.
I know I love it the most. I don't know.
Yeah,
But if I am the favorite, that's pretty cool. But
you're
I,
number one.
I
Yeah.
just love doing it.
Yeah.
I'm glad Paul picks me to go over there and deal.
Oh, I mean,
I mean,
I think we'd have a riot if he didn't let you at this
but
point.
I enjoy playing too. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm going to say the word yet because I think it's coming.
Oh, it is.
I think I'm good enough to play with anybody because I study hard.
It may come
Eh,
from your acting career, though. I don't know.
I don't know. I could maybe do that too. I'm.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're a man. Yeah, you're a jack of all trades.
you were telling me before we got on air here that you and your wife watched my episode of Queer Eye.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it was. You were a natural on the camera. It was. We were hoping the episode never ended. It was. We were getting sad when there was only 20 minutes left, 10
Oh,
minutes left. We were like, darn, we wish there was more. So, I
well,
think.
it changed my confidence a lot.
Yeah.
It changed me a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
Made me feel more confident about myself because, like I said, you watch the show, it showed a picture of me younger, and I miss them days where I look in the mirror. Yeah, I look all right.
Yeah.
But they got me believing I'm not as ugly as I thought I was,
Oh
so
man,
that's a pretty good thing.
you're great.
And I've always believed I could play poker, and like I've told all the guests that's been on my podcast here that I learn a lot by watching you guys
Of course.
when
Yeah.
I'm dealing to you.
Yeah.
And as I'm dealing the hands out and I'm watching how you guys play, I'm keeping that in my memory bank.
Yeah.
And like I can't remember which poker pro I was talking to, but if I ever got to play in the PokerGo studio again and not get bad beat, okay, like I did the first time, I have film on you guys.
Yeah.
You guys don't have film on me.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a little bit of advantage for me.
Yeah.
But I love poker in every aspect, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Dealing, playing, and someday I hope to be doing play-by-play.
For sure.
Do you like my play-by-play, by the way, at the table or no?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. I mean, it would I think it would definitely bring in some viewers and have some people enjoying it if you were on the commentary for sure. Just a different style. Anytime anyone can bring a different flair and style to the game and explain it a different way, it's exciting. So I definitely see that in the future for sure.
I'm thinking about having this. You tell me what you think.
Yeah.
You get to see it personally.
Yeah.
All right, when I deal with the PokerGo. It's not just PokerGo. I do it over at the Aria.
Yeah.
And they love me over there too. But I can't wait for the whole world to see it. I want to get a table where I'm being filmed and I got like 8 players and I'm doing the full
Yeah.
play-by-play. Because I don't know if you've seen the full. I know you've seen a lot where you get up laughing. A lot of you get up laughing and getting a kick out of me. But to do the full go and let people see it, I just can't wait for that day to happen.
Yeah. And
Of
course, yeah.
I'll let you be one of those players sitting at the table if you want.
I better be.
Because
Yeah.
it's going to be something that you
I need a front row seat.
I've had a lot of fun experience dealing
Yeah.
since I have arrived at the Aria. Now, I was at Sam's Town,
Yeah.
but since I arrived at the Aria and the boss is letting me be me, I'm like, wow, man, this is great.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting picked to go deal over in the PokerGo studio to, these big games.
Of course.
And it's just changed my life like you wouldn't believe.
That's amazing. Yeah. What about for playing for you? What's your most memorable playing experience so far for you?
I've got a few of them.
Your favorite?
But if I had to say my favorite was playing the main event back in 2017. I made it to day 4. Right before dinner break, I got knocked out, but played well.
Was that the money? Were you in the money yet?
Oh, yeah. Easy
Oh, wow.
in the money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Day 3 was the money.
Oh, okay.
At night.
Okay.
We played till 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and it was hand for hand. And I've got lots of pictures, and you know what?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm going to have to bring back some of my old pictures and put them on Facebook so you can see.
2017. Huh?
I've made, by the way, during that filming of that year, 2017,
Yeah.
I was on 4 TV tables and not one of my hands were showed.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. 4 of them.
Wow.
And now one of my hands was showed because I watched it.
That's all right. It's
But
good.
that's
They
okay.
don't got the
No,
scouting
that's
report
right. They
on
got no
you.
scouting report.
They got me.
But I took one of the worst, I think, beats in the world at a big time on day 4.
Yeah.
Um, I had king queen, and this guy, young guy, kept raising, and I had fold. I didn't have nothing, but I had king queen this time,
Yeah.
and I made the call, and the flop came with the king, and I bet into him. I bet 30,000. He jams all in, and I'm like, really? I'm like, I don't know if I could flip. This guy ain't got a hand every time. He's raising me every time. And I made the call. I got him covered.
Yeah.
I had like 800,000 in chips. I was up amongst the leaders. I was way up there.
Mm-hmm.
But, the blinds were 10,000, 10 to 20,000, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, you got to make a move.
And
You just.
so I make the call. He rolls over king 6 of clubs. So we had a king.
Mm-hmm.
And I had king queen. So my queen was going to play.
Of course.
And the river come that damn
6
of diamonds. I won't forget that card. Now,
sent you out.
after that,
Yeah.
I watched him piss away my chips, and I outlasted that guy.
Mm.
Knocked me down to 200,000, and I still outlasted him. So, once you play the main event,
Yeah.
you want to play it again because
course.
it's so
I've
10,000, a lot of money.
I've had a lot of luck in the main event.
And I get a few people that get 10%, 5% for me to get in, but I could probably go the whole way. But
Yeah.
my bankroll's not that big yet. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I would say playing the main event
Mm-hmm.
was big for me.
No, great. Yeah.
And I'm hoping to do it. I plan on, if I don't have no back set on my health here,
Yeah.
I'm going to play in the 10,000 championship Omaha High Low.
Yeah.
It's a
That's your game.
WSOP.
I know you love the high low.
Yeah. And I'm a dangerous player in that game.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to that.
How did you first get the cowboy hat? How long have you been having that?
Well, my family, my mom and dad are from West Virginia.
Okay.
And my dad's side of the family raised show horses.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not a cowboy horse runner.
Yeah.
Kind of a country boy.
Of course.
I like country music. So I've always wore. I got a bunch of them too. They're beautiful.
So since you were young, you've wore a cowboy hat?
Well, yeah, but not the school.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
No, of course.
I would say probably when I hit 20.
Okay.
As a teenager, you're playing basketball.
Of course. Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I wasn't. But I always liked country music.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason I wear the hat. And I got several. I got 2 brown ones. I got a white one. I got this black one.
Looks
And
good.
you said you watched me on Queer Eye.
Yep.
I got a couple hats from them, which I thought was pretty sweet.
I remember. Yeah, they were shopping for you. A few of them.
Yeah, I've said this before too. It was a great experience being on that show.
Oh, it was amazing.
But I did the show to help out my poker career, to do play-by-play, which is what I really want to do one time.
Yeah.
Because I think it will take off. Because I'm different from everyone else.
Yeah, it will.
I mean, no one else. You see me deal to you. Does anyone else deal to you like that?
No.
So
no one's gonna announce like you either.
Right. And but that's my spirit. I love it. That's why I'm that way. I can't help it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get to do that. And before my heart attack, I had 308 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
And now the Snack Attack Studio we're in right now.
What about 11,000 now?
Clyde the Snack Attack is almost at 11,000 subscribers.
I knew it was up at
It's not quite yet, but it's getting there.
It will be. Yeah.
And if I could keep getting pros like you coming to this and keeping this show going, who knows what could happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
And but
I was thinking actually about that. Like you say you want to get poker pros, I think you could even open it up and do other, not even just poker pros, just other people in the industry, like
yes.
You can get like Paul Campbell or people like that, that can talk about the game from their eyes, some of the people that run the game behind the scenes,
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to get everyone, whoever would want to come to do the show would be great.
For sure.
I had a friend that got me doing in this thing, and he knew my passion for poker, and it led to everything that's come up in my life here recently, which is still to me like, wow, this is really happening to me. I mean, people say this about me and that about me, but to me, it's just my passion. I know what I love about the game, and it's everything.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times you hit rock bottom and then other things, you know, you had your heart attack. It felt like you were kind of
Yeah,
at
I
rock
thought it was
bottom,
it.
right?
I did.
And then boom, now things have exploded up and
Yeah, yeah.
it's always a light at the end of the tunnel, right?
I'm looking forward to be 100%.
Yeah.
I'm working hard on it,
Yeah.
and when I get 100%, well, you know how energetic I am
You've
when
been
I'm
doing the
dealing.
juicing like you were saying? You've been
Yeah,
doing a lot of
not
juicing?
only am I doing the juicing, Shane bought this new thing you put on the floor
Yeah.
and you stand on it and it exercises you. You just stand on it and it wiggles you this way and that way. And no, and it helps you lose weight and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So we've been doing that, but that just recently started.
Nice.
So I look for that to help. And you know what? I already know it's helped.
Nice.
It helps you. It helps your circulation and all that stuff.
Everything, yeah.
I had Aram on, and he brought his juicer, and we did some juices.
Oh, cool.
But when I went and had the heart attack,
Yeah.
he came in and visited me,
Yeah, yeah.
had a juicer, gave me some juice,
Awesome.
and then told me about the healthiness of it.
Yeah.
And when I got out of the hospital, I went and bought me a juicer,
Yeah.
and I'm juicing every day.
Amazing. Yeah.
And it's all green stuff, which
That's-
helps your circulation.
Of course.
I got cucumbers I put in it.
Yeah.
I got not broccoli, um, carrots. Sometimes I put an apple in it,
Yeah.
spinach,
Yeah, yeah.
all green stuff.
Exactly.
It comes out green, and when you drink healthy like stuff like that, your body just absorbs it and loves it.
Of course.
So I'm doing what I can do. And I
Good.
ain't saying I ain't perfect. Come on,
Yeah,
I
man.
might have a burger once in a while, but
Yeah, man.
I mean mainly I'm watching how much I eat
Yeah.
because I don't want to go through what happened to me
Of
again.
course.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you just gotta keep moving. The more you move, the better, you know? Whether it's swimming or something, just always keep moving and just try to be conscious of what you're putting in your body, right?
Yeah, you were talking to me. I'm gonna play in a satellite to one of the mixed game PokerGo that's coming up
Okay.
over at the Resorts World. So I think it's the 20th of February.
Okay.
I'm hoping to play in that and
Nice.
maybe qualify to play in the PokerGo studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you play mixed games, by the way?
I play some of them, but I'm not that good at them because I haven't had too much experience playing a lot of the mixed. You know, I know how to play a lot of them, but there's still some that I'm pretty rusty at. I need to definitely get some coaching in a lot of those mixed games because I just don't know. I don't know the rules of a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the horse game? Do you know all the
Yeah.
5 games of the horse?
Yep.
You know all the rules to them?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what about Omaha, high-low? Do you know that?
Yep.
Okay.
I know Omaha high low good. Raz I'm okay with. Stud I'm good with. And
What about Deuce to 7? You know that one?
yeah, I know how to play it.
Okay.
Again, it's one of those games where I'll play it during the WSOP. I'll probably play it once, twice a year maybe. So I get rusty at it.
Okay.
I'm not very good at them. The games I'm good at are Texas Hold'em and Pot Limit Omaha. Those like
Yeah.
the Cadillacs of poker right now.
Yes.
So the ones you kind of have to be good at now, you know. So those are the two where any more than that, and I start getting a little confused. But
You know, Pot Limit Omaha
Yeah.
in the last 3 or 4 years is really more people are playing it.
oh,
It used to be just Hold'em, but now Pot Limit Omaha.
it's growing and growing.
It's
and growing.
growing.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like a weed in your garden.
And anyone that plays it ends up liking it more than Hold'em because it's just a funner game. You know, it's more. I think it's just funner. People love it. Yeah, it's just more gambling. So
I don't see when I play, I don't look at it as a gamble.
yeah,
I've said this many times too. I pretend like it's my last tournament.
yeah,
But I know you got to turn it up certain stages and certain spots.
yeah.
You can't just wait for aces. I mean,
No.
come on.
Can't be scared to die, as they
Yeah.
say, right?
Yeah,
Always another day.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most fun you had at a poker table?
Besides when you're dealing to me,
God. Okay.
honestly, my biggest win was, you know, when I won 2.3 million. That was during a PLO. That was an Omaha tournament that I won. That was like just probably the funnest day of poker in my life. Not only because I won the most, but everything just kind of fell into place that day. There was like we came back to day 3, and I knew I was playing for the biggest prize that I
at that time.
at the time, and I was like average in chips, but I said, you know what, I made it this far, I got nothing to lose. Let's just go in there and play dangerous. And I knocked out every single player. The last 12 people, I knocked out every single player, and got heads up with all the chips. And I'm like, well, I just knocked out the last 11 guys. If I can't beat this guy, then dang, whatever. And I ended up winning the heads up. So that was just the adrenaline of just one after another, beating, knocking out, having the chips, knowing that it's 2.3 million up top.
Oh wow.
And I was, it was just life changing money. So that was probably my favorite time at a poker table for sure. Hard to
Yeah, that
beat.
would be a good time knowing you're going to win that kind of money.
Yeah.
And at the time that you did that, I mean, it's got to be life changing, right? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that was definitely the I had a couple years before it, my first ever main event. I played the World Series main event, 10K. My first time playing it, I got 25th in it,
Damn
and
good.
yeah, and I was pretty much 3 tables left in the main, and it was my first time, and I had 100% of myself. I never sold anything, so I'm sitting there like 23 years old, whatever it was, 24, and playing for $8 million with 20 people left, and it was just like I was already thinking, man, I was already thinking about the island I'm gonna buy, and I'm gonna retire and just see you later. But obviously things happen.
I would love to be
Yeah.
the oldest main event champion. I don't know how old he was, but I guess I'm getting up there in age where I could be. But yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is either.
I don't know. I
That's a
didn't
good
look that
question.
up.
Probably Johnny Moss back in the day or something. Someone like that. I know he won a bunch back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you play in the PokerGo studio,
Yeah.
I've asked other players this too.
Yeah.
Um, there's a certain time where you can continue to rebuy. Are
Yeah.
you one of those guys that no matter what you're going to rebuy, or if you feel you're not running well, you don't rebuy? I mean, how do you do with the rebuy thing?
It all depends usually. If there's incentive to rebuy, if they have like some leaderboard or something, then I will. If it's a bigger field and the field's good, then I'm usually gonna rebuy as much as I need to. But some days if the fields aren't that big and I've already busted twice or something, then I'll just not try to get in for any more than like 3 bullets. But in poker, I've always said if you can't really look at it like, oh, it's a bad day, because each time you sit down at a table and each time it's a new bullet, I believe that I'm plus EV that bullet. So even if I lose that bullet, no matter what, whenever I'm sitting down, if it's a $10,000 buy-in, my stack is worth 12,000 right when I sit down because of my skill edge and everything. So even if you don't win that day, you know that if you're investing that money, that the ROI is going to be higher than what you're investing.
Sometimes now, when I deal over there, when it gets down to the last chance you can get in,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at the board, and they do this, they have the board of like how many places are being paid right now,
Yep.
and how many players are left in the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and then they see what the average stack is.
Mm-hmm.
When they see, hey, wait a minute, there's 17, there's 22 players left, but 13 get paid. What's the average stack? Hey, I could jump in this thing and still get some money. You know how often that happens? Quite a bit. When you say, you
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
talking about, right?
Yeah, the max late regging, a lot of players just max late reg. They won't play all day because they'll just max late reg it because 50% of the field's already busted. So all that money's still in the prize pool, but those players are gone. So you get in late, you double up once or twice, you're right in the game, and then before you know it, you're in the money. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
it's
why
not
they
a
do
bad
it.
strategy. Honestly, it's very profitable. It's that's why they give incentive now, the PokerGo, for people to get there on time. They give you rake free and stuff. So if the buy-in's 10,500, if you're on time, it's 10,100. So yeah, but go ahead.
Myself,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm playing any tournament,
Yep.
I come prepared
Yeah.
and I don't like the late reg.
Okay.
The reason why I like to get in right off the bat
Yeah.
because I'm not just saying this about PokerGo. I mean any tournament
Yeah.
because there's dead money there. There's weak players, and I want their chips.
Of course.
Then when this pro sits down, well, I got him a chip count. I can work on him a little bit more than normal if he has more chips than me. That's my way of thought.
Yeah.
Is if I get in there and I get a lucky draw where I'm at a weak table
Yeah.
and I get a nice little start run on there and I end up being the table captain.
Of course.
Now it doesn't matter to me. See,
Yeah.
if I come in late, you got to make that move right away. I mean, you got less blinds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a different strategy
So
for
do
sure.
you like that strategy or you like the late?
For me, I like to get there early too. I'm always somebody that like when I play these main events anywhere, like the big field main events with thousands of people in the tournament, I'm usually there level 1, level 2 just because I like to be able to try to build up a huge stack so by the time rebuys are over, if I take a few bad beats after rebuys, I'm still okay, I can still keep going and going. So, yeah, I'm the same way. I like to get there, but if it's a tournament, if something comes up, some days you just can't make it. I don't mind max late regging either. I'll do either style. It's two different games kind of, but
I was talking to some of the other pros, and not just the ones that are on my podcast. When I'm there dealing, and they say it's more like a family, and they enjoy the conversations at each table because everyone knows everybody at the PokerGo studio, not like at the World Series or that.
yeah.
So it's like friends getting together just playing in a tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, the studio's like that. It is, like we were talking before, it's more of a kind of family environment. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's still cutthroat. No one's playing easy at nobody. I'm going there expecting to still take their money. So it's like they may be my friend, but I'm still going to try to. That's the game we play,
I enjoy so much chilling over there. And I joke with everybody. And sometimes I'll ask him, hey, am I overdoing it? Like John, I work on John a lot. I don't know if you know.
Which John? Riordan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
weird.
Riordan.
And I'll tell I tell the whole table because now it's 2025, right?
Yeah.
I go now sitting at the table. It's John, right?
Yeah.
I go, yeah, most improved player, 2024 sitting down now. He barely been out Jim Calliope, but buddy, here looking at.
Yeah.
I'll just joke with him like that. They get a kick out of it.
Of course, yeah. He loves it.
I'll say funny stuff like that, and they
yeah.
get a kick out of it when I do that stuff.
Oh man, he loves it more than anybody, I bet.
He is. He's a great dude.
He's the best.
He really is. You could joke with him. He's not going to get mad.
No, he's a great
So
person.
I get a kick out of him. I get a kick out of all of them, but I always act like he was most improved last year. I go, you can't win it 2 years in a row.
He may be the most improved.
And then
No.
you'll have a big stack. You'll have a big stack, and I say, see what he learned last year?
Yeah.
And I'll just keep going with it, you know?
Yeah.
You might want to fold to him.
It's good banner.
He most improved, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't the same old John.
No.
But they get a kick out of it when I do that stuff. That's just one of the guys. I pick on everybody.
Of course.
But
pick on everybody equally.
it's pretty fun. I am so glad, really, Paul picks me to go over there. I really am. I have such a blast.
Yeah.
And
doesn't feel like you're working, right?
No, we need a room.
Yeah.
No matter what. If I'm doing something with poker,
Yeah.
the only time it's hard on me is when I'm not feeling well.
Okay.
That's when it's hard.
Yeah.
If I'm short-winded or I got a cold or
Yeah.
other than that, it's like, hey, I got to go have fun today.
Yep.
But, I love joking with I've joked with you many a times, too.
Of course, yeah.
And I get a kick out of it.
I love it.
And it's just, I want to say it's the greatest job in the world, but to me it's not a job. That's what I feel it is.
There you go. That's when it's a good job, when it doesn't feel like a job.
Do you see yourself ever getting tired of playing poker, though?
I mean, you can get tired of anything if you do it too much, but not. I mean, I always want to do something else too in life, not just rely on poker as my main source of income. Want to be able to just have residual income from businesses and everything, and just play poker for fun and and maybe give back a little bit, lose some back, lose some of my
Oh,
business money back to people, and start off someone else's career.
pick
But
me, pick me.
yeah, of course, yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, for the time being, I'm gonna play again. Just blessed to have the mental to be one of the best in poker, so
And you are.
I have to take advantage of that. I can't, it'd be shameful if I didn't take advantage of it.
Once again, I knowing that you've done it in such a short time and to be number one, is just amazing. I mean, when Tiger Woods became number one, no one else could get number one.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you definitely got enough talent to stay there.
yeah,
And I think the more you want it, the more you're inspired to try to stay there, right?
yeah. So it's a great thing that I got it. It's one of those things where you got to have the balance with the family too. And the more kids I have, the more I can't play some certain stops. And to maintain it, you got to be able to play every month. You got to be kind of somewhere. And still, just for me in poker, it's more just when I'm there, show up, just be consistent, still try to win and stay at the top of the game. And if you're number one at the end of the day, you're number one. If not, it's okay. I've always, even when I was young before, I always believed I was the best. And that's what got me to where I am, is that I believed in myself. It was always a cocky kind of confidence thing, but it got me there. And so even if I'm not number one, in my mind, I'll always be number one at poker. So yeah,
You got to believe that, or I believe you never get there. If you
no,
don't believe you're the best, just like me. I mean, I'm getting up there in age, but I really believe that I'm one of the best Omaha highlight players in the world, even though my bankroll don't say it.
yeah, yeah,
Every time I play the damn game, I win. I mean,
yeah,
you know, play live, I win. Play tournament, if I don't cash, I'm deep.
yeah.
I'm deep every time, so I feel that way.
You got to keep the
So,
confidence
so that's
always.
why I think I'm going to have a big cash coming soon,
Yeah,
and I think it could be this year
yeah,
when I played at 10,000 high low. I really believe I can win it.
yeah, yeah.
And if you don't believe it, why the hell am I going to enter it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I believe that could change my life. I forget how much Ben Lamb won last year. Do you remember what it was?
Oh, he won it last
Well, it
year.
was it 250? Yeah, he won it. I think it was 256,000.
May have been
But I'm
even
not
more.
real
Yeah,
sure. But I know it was a lot. But you know what that do? That changed my whole life right there.
yeah.
I wouldn't quit my job,
No.
but it would change my life to where I got stable. I'm stable.
Yeah.
Uh, what tournament do you want to win before your career's over? Is it the main event?
I mean that's the number one pinnacle, of course. It's that's not that it's unrealistic, but it's a very tough one to win. Obviously, like it may, hopefully it happens, but that's definitely a major one. And then just I know there's gonna be some huge Triton or WSOP super
Yeah.
high rollers with big field. Just one of the big super high roller fields with big buy-ins. Just to prove that you can get it done at any buy-in. And I mean I've kind of proved it already, but
Right.
just for myself. Anything with a big top prize, 5 million or more, that'd be nice.
You know, when I sit and dream about what I would do if I wasn't into poker, I mean, I don't plan on retiring anytime soon, and I just can't figure out what it would be. What would you do if once you decided, hey, I'm done with poker? What do you see your life doing?
Um, I would try to still do something where I can be competitive. So probably something in business, like just so I could try to grow my business to I don't, I'm not sure what type, but anything that I can grow, something that I can make grow. No, I wouldn't want to do anything that's stagnant or you're just gonna do the same. I kind of whatever I do, I would want to grow it to be the biggest or best or whatever.
That's what I was going to interrupt and say. It sounds like you want to be the best at whatever you do.
Yeah, just grow.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of. I feel like that's what I always told myself. I'm gonna tell my kids. I don't care what you do, kids. Do what you love, but give it your all and try to be the best. Just that's all we can do.
yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing that you know what I've been through and what's coming now. it's like night and day. It's like winning a tournament, even
Yeah.
though I haven't won a tournament. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean a
Yeah. Yeah.
big tournament, but as far as life side of it,
Yeah. It's flipped
I feel
upside
like I
down.
got a new life after what happened to me, and I feel like
Yeah.
I don't care how old I am. I think I could do whatever
Yeah.
I work for.
Yeah. You deserve it.
That's one thing that my dad did that I do. We're hard workers.
Yeah.
I've been a hard worker my whole life.
Same with my father. My father.
My dad was, I had 9 brothers and sisters,
Wow.
and my dad worked Goodyear Aerospace, and we had food on the table. I
Nice.
mean, back then,
Yeah.
$10 an hour could feed you. You can't do that now. $10
No.
an hour wouldn't even get you lunch.
No.
If my parents were living today, they'd be like, "What the hell's going on with this world?"
Yeah.
But I've always tried to work hard to get where I want to be,
That's good.
and when I get there, I'm gonna be one happy. I finally made what I was trying to do.
Yeah. You'll get
You
there.
know how like you were hoping to be number one or getting the number one poker player. There you are.
Yep.
Now I'm just hoping to win a big event, to do something that I've never done,
Yeah. Usually.
and that's buy a new home.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
what I want to do.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
So I'm hoping that time comes.
I know. I know you'll get it for sure. Just because your positive energy, even before, like you said, that you felt like it's been like a new gift. That things turned around. But even before I've known you now for, I don't know, you've been dealing at the studio over a year.
3 or 4 years I've been in the
Yeah,
studio now.
exactly. So even before you got that chance, you still had that positive, uplifting spirit, and that's what'll carry you to that, to what you want. It's all about being,
I I think if you really want something in life,
yeah,
and you really grasp what it takes to get there, to get whatever it may be, and you try really hard,
yeah,
and you're not a quitter, I think you can get there.
yeah, of course.
I mean, like I said, the show that I was on, that
Yeah,
everyone watched, and what happened to me, how the show went, and all that. That it's a big change in my life, and it got me believing that hey, I can get where I want to be, and no matter what my age is.
mhm,
Now, I mean, I'm not, I can't go out and run 5 miles or nothing,
of
but I think I'm healthy enough to do what I want to do as far as my life is,
course.
and I think that day is not possible. So after having such a bad year last year with the heart attack and things, and now with the new year just starting,
Mhm.
who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows what
exactly.
could happen?
Yeah. If it keeps going on this trail, it's gonna be good, right?
I hope so. And that's another thing. I mean, uh, the back feed from being on the show,
Yeah.
Queer Eye.
Yeah.
You told me you and your wife watched it.
Yep.
I mean, you can imagine what I went through on
But
that taping.
yeah.
Uh, I just got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
But then the reason I did it was to help, my YouTube channel, and it's went off the charts since then.
Yeah.
And when people reply to it, I try to reply to all of them. Thank you for the kind words. I'm almost speechless because,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even go down the store. Now, this isn't a problem, but wherever I go, hey, I watched you on TV. I seen you on TV. So this kind of put my name out there.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. That's what I mean. It's like I got a new life,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to make the best of it.
Amen.
You know?
Yes, sir. And you are.
I really enjoy dealing over there. I can't even explain to you. Well, you guys know it, but
Yeah.
I get away with a lot, but I'm not trying to.
Oh no, you're
You
fine.
know,
Yeah.
some I know when we go over there and you guys get guys are getting ready to play a $25,000 buy-in, and the first thing he does is look at me, Clyde. The big money this time. No, just calm down.
Yeah.
That's what he says, Clyde.
That's funny.
Come on now, damn it.
Yeah.
Relax.
Relax.
Yeah, they're playing for big money.
Toned you down a little bit.
Yeah, he always saying, Clyde. You always tell me that. 1 to 25 or bigger. You
Yeah.
guys play for bigger than that too.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. but when it's more than 10,000, he always relax a little bit here. He knows I get out of control sometimes because I love it.
Yeah.
And then he'll laugh. You'll see him laughing out of the corner of his eye, like, That son of a bitch is trying, but he can't do it.
That's funny.
What's the best thing you like about poker? Is it the strategy? What makes you want to keep playing poker? What makes you love it?
For tournament poker, what made me love it the most was just the fact that for tournament poker, no matter your background, where you're from, how rich you are, everybody buys in for the same amount and gets the same starting stack, and you all start off equal. There's no advantage for one person or the other
Yeah.
person. It's all an equal playing ground, and that's the beauty of it for me is that there's no um, no bias or anything. It's just like the best man is gonna win in the long run, or woman is gonna win in the long run, and it's not like no one can have really any control of it outside of yourself. So,
Okay. What's your biggest bluff you ever made?
um, I've had some big ones. um, my most memorable bluff is it was the reason I remember it is because I was in a 25K PLO the summer that I won the 50K PLO. I think it was 2 years ago now. Um, I was in the 25K PLO like a week or two before the 50K, and in the 25K PLO again at that time that was like one of my biggest buy-ins was 25,000, and I ended up having all the chips and I was running everybody over, and then I went for a crazy bluff where I had like queen queen blank. I forget the other two cards, but I had queen queen. It's PLO, so you get four cards.
Right.
I had queen queen blank blank in my hand, and the board was like ace king 10, and I tried bluffing like Isaac Haxton, who's one of the best players ever, and it was for like all the chips. Actually, sorry, no, it was against João Vieira. That one was against João Vieira, who's a great player too. And I remember I tried bluffing him a queen queen. He ended up using like 5-time extensions on his last one. He called me, and I was out of the tournament. Trying to bluff it off
Yeah.
a queen queen, and I had to explain that to a bunch of people how
You
I
had the
busted.
blockers. I know why you did it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still you can't just have the blockers. You got to have some kind of courage or whatever. But that one didn't work. And then 2 weeks later, I'm in a 50K PLO, which was my biggest buy-in ever at the time. And again, on day 2 or something, I have a huge pot again, but this time against Isaac Haxton. And again, I have queen, queen, blank, blank, and the board's ace, king, 10. So it was like deja vu. And I remember being in the spot, and I was like, wow, this is how you just dumped all the chips in the 25K. Are you really going to do it again? And I said, of course I'm going to do it again. I'm all in. And this time I remember Ike went in the tank. I remember he probably had a set, 2 pair, whatever. He ends up folding, and I win that pot. It was huge, and I end up winning the tournament for 2.3 million. But the reason it was the best bluff is because even though 2 weeks ago I lost huge equity doing it, I still had the courage to go for it, and then end up paying off, and I won a tournament. So
You got to
yeah,
do that sometimes.
sometimes you just gotta
You
die,
got to do
live and
that.
die by the sword.
Yeah, sometimes you got to really make a move when
Yeah,
because if
you
you're
need
too
every
predictable, you know.
and tournament poker. You need every single chip in the tournament to win. So you gotta make moves. You can't just sit there and wait for them to come. You gotta win every single chip. So you got to.
Who's your favorite player to play against?
Um, favorite to play against. I think it's cool anytime I get to play Phil Ivey still. I've played against him like 3 or 4 times now, and it was he's one of the only person that I remember my first hand against him, and I'll probably always remember it my whole life is Phil, just because he's a legend, and so now it's just he's one of the best ever, and just great experience to get to play against him, and you know I get to play against Negreanu and Helmuth a lot too, and again they're legends too, so just it's fun to play against them too.
Yeah, you were talking Phil Ivey.
Yeah,
Uh, he plays in the big game at Yaria,
yeah,
cash game, and you could just see him thinking, honest to God. when he's playing. Doesn't say much words at all.
No, he's quiet.
And he gets the respect because they know he's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And he does do that eye. He watches every move. You can see his eyes moving. You move your hand, he's looking. You move your hand, I mean his eyes. So I love Ivy, by the way.
Intense, yeah.
Yeah, I say a few words to him. He doesn't say much, but he likes my name, Clyde. He told me that once. He goes,
Clyde the
man,
Glide.
I like your name. I think your name's cool, that Clyde.
Yeah.
He told me that one time. So.
The Drexler.
Well, listen, we're coming down to the end here.
Okay.
And like always, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And
thank you for having me.
Anytime you'd like to come back, win the main event, I'll bring you back.
Yeah.
Do something like that.
I got to do something cool. Yeah.
Or guess what? Win the U.S. Open at the PokerGo studio.
All right. Yeah.
It's coming up, right?
I think we're going to win it this time.
Yeah?
Feels good.
Feel good? Confident?
I feel great, yeah.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And you know what? When you're in the Snack Attack studio, all right, I got to give you a snack.
I need a snack.
I got to give you a snack.
For sure.
What the hell here? Let's give yourself a snack here.
Wow.
There you go.
Perfect.
I'm the snack man. You got yourself a snack.
That's a nice trip.
Huh?
I like it.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, partner.
Hey, I want to thank you for showing and talking about your life and your poker skills and
thank you for
all
having
that
me,
stuff.
Yeah.
I also want to thank Sunrise Podcast Network for having us today.
Thank you.
And we're going to keep this going, and hopefully everyone will like it. And I'd like to close once again by wishing everyone a great day, and may God be with you. And thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.